We interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. It's the ThinkSoJoE Show!
Through the lower thirds. That was nice.
That was the intent.
That
through the lower
was
thirds.
nice.
Through the lower thirds. That was the whole point of yeah. I think we're a little bit closer to you guys, and I don't know how because the camera's further away. It's weird.
It's magic of technology.
I guess. I feel like we're closer, but we are not. Anyway, Jazzy says hi, Mom.
Hi, sweetheart.
Anyway, so yeah, hey, yeah. We're here. It's Wednesday. It's 6.
Yeah.
It's the ThinkSoJoE Show.
It is.
Yeah. It's the last ThinkSoJoE Show of Sauce Month.
What a shame.
It is. But this isn't the last time you'll see me on a stream.
Oh.
It's what's called Zoom. Anyway, because this Friday night, it's the Yellow Sauce CD release party, virtual CD release party for the Ballad of Bob Paul 2020, which I am a large part of, even larger than I was on the original Ballad of Bob Paul a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And even larger than than it was on the Flying Bison EP last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Very excited about Sauce Month.
I feel like I missed a conversation. Oh, no. He's talking about this. He's saying that we're zoomed in. No, we're actually not. This is the usual Zoom level that we are at.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes. Hi, Kevin. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah. So, I found out yesterday that Karina thought that Pac-Man Fever was written by Jerry Garcia.
Oh, geez. You're going to actually tell people this?
Why not? We were just talking about it off air. We were just, you're like, wait, you bought a Jerry Garcia record?
I thought what I thought, and I thought that.
And I'm like, no, I bought Pac-Man Fever. And you're like, no, that's Jerry Garcia. I'm like, no. You're like, no, really, it is.
I really thought it was.
So I'm sitting here last night, and I'm like, you know what? I got to look this up. And sure enough, I looked it up, and it turns out it is Gary Garcia. Gary. Along with Jerry Buckner and Garcia.
So you see how I made this mistake.
Because you got Jerry Buckner and Gary Garcia mixed up. And thought
mixed and matched, yep.
Because I'm sitting here thinking, like, how in the fuck do you go from the Grateful Dead to Pac-Man Fever and a whole album of video game songs?
I just figured they switched what drugs they were doing for a little while.
Maybe it was the 80s.
You know?
But yeah, I was sitting scrolling through Facebook, and I saw somebody posted a picture of their Pac-Man arcade 1-up, and they had Pac-Man Fever vinyl right on it. And I'm like, well, shit, I need to get that.
Yeah. And
I'm like, who's got it on Discogs?
I'm happy with this purchase. I won't lie.
You know, the rest of the purchase was good too.
Yeah, no, it was.
So I found Pac-Man Fever, and of course, you know, when you go on Discogs, you got to find out how much it costs to ship. Okay. And a lot of the times they'll be like, well, you know, if you buy X amount of records, the shipping is this much. So, like, if you buy 1 or you buy 4, it's the same price. So it's like, all right, well, you know, I got to take advantage of that. Because it's, you know, get 4 records, and it's all $5 shipping for up to 4 records. Mm. So I was looking through his collection, and I came up with 3 that because I had just bought $50 worth of records, like, the day before. So I'm like, all right, what's this guy got? And I ended up ordering the Bangles, the album with, like, Walk Like an Egyptian and Manic Monday on it.
Nice.
And also, like, Bob Dylan's greatest hits, because I don't know shit about Bob Dylan.
Yeah, you should.
So I'm like, all right, well, you know, if I buy Bob Dylan's greatest hits, then that gives me a gateway into listening to Bob Dylan.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
So I'm actually going through, like, severe withdrawal right now, because in the last, like, 5 days, I've gotten 1 vinyl.
Oh, you'll be okay.
And it was Hall & Oates voices.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I ordered the Masked Intruder. Actually, we talked about this last week that I ordered this. The Masked Intruder Under the Mistletoe EP, which is literally 2 songs. And so I ordered that. And then, like, a couple of days later, actually, it might have been the same day because it was the day I got the last order from this guy. I ordered, like, a No Effects Greatest Hits record. And the second Misfits collection, which is all still Glenn Danzig stuff. Because fuck Michael Graves.
Yeah.
So I ordered that. And then, like, 2 days after that, I'm sitting here watching YouTube, and the video comes up, and it's like, oh, you know, the legacy of You Make My Dreams by Hall & Oates. I'm like, oh, you know, that seems interesting. I've never seen this guy's videos before. Let me check this out. So I click the button and I watch this guy, and he's talking about, like, the legacy and how it's been in all these movies and all this other stuff. And he's like, but don't take my word for it. Here's John Oates. And he does an interview with John Oates, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, John Oates is in this guy's video. This guy's actually good at his job on YouTube here. So I watched that, and it's like, man, you know, I really want to listen to that song right now. And I can, because I do own an album that it's on.
Yeah.
But I'm like, let me see what else, like, what album it's actually on. And then if I don't have it, maybe I'll get it. And it's on Voices. And Voices has You Make My Dreams and Kiss on My List. Those are the 2 that I already had on vinyl.
Yeah.
And then it's also got Every Time You Go Away, which was like a big hit for other people, but it was written by Hall & Oates originally.
I don't know which song that is.
And then You've Lost That Lovin' Feelin', which is a Righteous Brothers cover.
Okay.
That I just learned today. They, like, went to a bar, or they went out to get food. That song was on the jukebox. They went back and did their own version in 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. And weren't even going to do it. Like, they were like, this album's done. And then they got back, they're like, hey, let's do that Righteous Brothers song.
That's cool.
Which is, like, just an awesome song. You know, really well done by Hall & Oates. And I think the Righteous Brothers one is good too, but, you know, Hall & Oates is always going to be special to me because that's what I grew up listening to. And you know, I actually, you know, I got my copy of Voices today, and I did my Instagram post and all that, and I, at the very bottom of it, under all my hashtags and my whole story about why I ordered the record and everything, I put, fuck the Toronto Maple Leafs, because that's their goal song. And I had to hear that, like, way too many goddamn times when I was in Toronto back in December. So
I wish I was using the cup.
Yeah, right.
But I'm not.
Yeah, no, you got your good vibes cup over there.
Yeah, I stole this from my mom. Good vibes, right?
Yeah,
right.
Good vibes stealing from your mom. Yeah, so, but yes, I would say that cover is righteous. But yeah, so I got that, and that came like super quick, and I'm like, why is this here already? But tomorrow, I should be getting the Masked Intruder EP.
Nice.
It looks like I might get that Misfits and No Effects order.
Yeah.
And apparently, a day early, I'm getting Metallica's S&M 2 box set.
Oh,
It's not coming out until Friday, but I'll have it tomorrow. Apparently, it's on its way here.
That's really cool.
So that's exciting. I'm actually kind of glad it's getting here tomorrow and not Friday, because, you know, Friday I got the yellow sauce thing. So I got to actually get a hold of Leland. Leland, if you're watching, yeah, I'm taking you up on that. I'll come do the thing with you guys. If not, I'll message you after the show and let you know. I'm sure he's listening. We're playing them later.
Yeah.
He'll chime in at some point, I'm sure.
Yes.
Which we got the multi-stream going, but I'm only seeing YouTube things, so I don't know if anybody's commenting on Facebook. We're not seeing it. It's you never know. We don't know. This thing works when it wants to work.
Right.
I'm just hoping we went to the right link this week.
We have the right people.
Is that right? I don't think I've been to Ryan's, so that'll be fun. I've never been to Ryan's. I've been to Leland's.
Oh.
And I've been outside of Jasmine's.
Oh.
Anyway, Laura, that's what's called an attract mode. That is, if you're walking through the arcade and you see these graphics, you're like, ooh, shit, basketball. I want to play that.
Yeah.
Nobody's playing basketball tonight, though. This is breaking news. Just hours before the show here.
It's a great segue.
Yeah, hours before the show here.
Yeah.
The Milwaukee Bucks of the NBA over the a recent police shooting of a black man, unarmed black man. They said, you know what? Fuck playing basketball. We're not playing. And the NBA is like, yeah, you know what? You guys are right. Fuck playing basketball. We're going to protest by not having any games tonight. So no NBA games tonight if you were looking forward to that. There were 3 on the schedule. There are now none. They will be rescheduled. They will be played at a later date. I don't know if they're resuming play tomorrow with the games scheduled for tomorrow. I have no idea. I don't really follow basketball that much. But that just happened to pop up in my feed that, you know, the Bucks initially said, fuck this.
Yeah.
And the NBA was like, yeah, you're right. Fuck this. So, meanwhile, the NHL goes on.
Yeah.
You know, and the Flyers just beat the Islanders like right before we came on the air, and I'm kind of disappointed in that because fuck the Flyers. But anyway, Ryan got a house. How did Ryan get a house before me? I've been watching Adam Ruins Everything, which is a great show.
Gosh,
if you
the
guys
show is great,
aren't
guys.
familiar with the web series and haven't seen the show, I've been watching the show on Netflix. And, you know, he did a whole episode on, you know, why it's probably better to rent than own.
Yeah.
But I still kind of want my own place because then I can do whatever the fuck I want with my place.
But what's going to happen when shit breaks?
I got to fix it. That's what YouTube's for.
Oh, my God.
It's not like I haven't fixed shit before.
I know. It's just that someday, Joe, you will meet your match.
Hasn't happened yet.
Oh, my God.
I went on, like, when I was living in an apartment, like this one bed, no, it was, I think I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment before I moved here. And we called the guy because it's like, hey, man, listen, our toilet won't flush.
Ouch.
Like, at all. Won't flush.
No.
Nothing. So, okay, we'll send the maintenance guy tomorrow.
Uh.
Maintenance guy comes the next day. Fixes it. Leaves. Flushed it once. Worked fine. Went to flush it a second time. Broke again.
Oh, God.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this my damn self. And luckily I lived like a block from Walmart at the time. So I'm like, let me go to Walmart. Let me see what I need. I'm going to, you know, go on the internet and I'm going to learn how to fucking fix a goddamn toilet. And that's exactly what I did. I fixed the toilet my damn self.
Well,
So
look at you.
You know, and then this bidet, like somebody
Yeah.
wanted to charge me $300 for a bidet to install this $50 bidet. Not saying who, but I'm like, yeah, fuck that, and I did it my damn self. So
I helped.
You did.
I drilled the hole
did.
in the vanity.
But now tomorrow I've got some precision screwdriver set coming. That we'll talk about that in a minute. I also have a stud finder coming. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Flush it 3 times. You're playing with yourself. Anyway, says Kevin. So got a stud finder coming tomorrow, and part of the reason I bought a stud finder, I was talking to my buddy Turtle, and he was like, "Oh, you know, once you hang your pictures, you can come help me hang shelves." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I just need a stud finder, and I promise I won't come to your house and point it at myself and go beep 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 beep." So, but I figure I've been meaning to buy a stud finder.
Yes, you have been talking about it.
So I can get some of these pictures and frames and other kind of stuff up on the wall.
You have some pretty cool wall art.
I mean, my Metallica plaque's still right there.
Right.
It has not moved in the last like 2 weeks since I brought it up.
Yeah.
Because I don't have anywhere to hang it up. So,
Well,
so I'm
tomorrow-
like, if I get a stud finder, I can find the studs. And, you know, Brian told me to use drywall screws, but I don't think they would work in these walls because this isn't really like drywall. It's a different kind of material.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Plaster, maybe?
There's a name for it, and I don't remember what it is. But it coming from somebody who has elbowed the walls a few times, this
Yeah.
is definitely not drywall. It's actually just like
Pretty
a hard.
solid.
It's not solid either. No, you
No?
can. It'll go right through.
Oh.
And the problem with that is then once it goes through, it's sharp. So you rip up. So if I put my elbow through one of these walls, I'm ripping up my arm, and that's not fun.
No.
No, it wasn't JT that wanted to charge me $300 to install a bidet. Anyway, I miss JT. I haven't seen him in so long. It was when I went to New York to film that movie like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, whenever that
wow.
was. Like, that was the last time I saw JT because he visited me at the bus station on the way back
Yeah, wow.
in Syracuse. So, yeah, I haven't seen him since then.
That's a long time.
I miss my Syracuse friends. I miss JT. I miss Coaster. I've interacted with Coaster a little bit, just, him doing his Twitch stream and me doing this, and we've been kind of talking about, giving each other tips and whatever. And, hey, this is what you should get one of these. Hey, you should get one of these. Hey, you should do this. No, you should do this. So we're kind of, helping each other out a little bit. And
That's
he
nice.
recommended my latest set of LED strips, which I love.
Oh.
I'm thinking of getting some LED strips, right, and put them along the bottom of along the bed frame.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just so at night, and we'll plug it with a smart plug.
Yeah.
And so at night, instead of having the light on,
Yeah.
we can have the LED strips along the bottom there.
That's an idea.
Just a thought,
It is.
But anyway,
Yes.
bring back board hockey. Board hockey fan still exists. It's a Facebook group now. We were just chatting the other day about how scary the Dallas Stars look right now, but and I actually went on record to say, hey, if they win this year, they might actually earn it and deserve it, unlike the last time.
Yeah.
And that somebody needs to go to Vinnie Paul's estate and throw the cup off of the balcony into the pool for old time's sake. Leave a big giant dent on it because they miss and it hits the edge of the pool.
Yeah.
That literally happened.
Yep.
Anyway. But yeah, so that's, I got the stud finder coming tomorrow so I can hang finally some of this shit up on the walls, some of these pictures and frames and,
Yeah.
all this decorative stuff I have.
Get it out of the way. It's
Get
in
it
the way.
off the floor and not sitting right in front of my guitar amp, so I can't get to my guitar amp to play
Right.
guitar. Not that I'm not playing acoustic guitar every night while I'm sitting here watching hockey and wrestling and 6 other things at once.
Yeah, I thought I heard that.
I just kind of went nuts on Ultimate Guitar the other day, like sometime last week, and I'm just like, oh, hey, look, they have categories by decades.
Oh.
And it's like, oh, okay, chords. Let me click the chords, and I'm just going through this whole list of, guitar chord songs, I guess, and it's like, okay, well, I want to learn that. Ooh, I want to learn that. I want to learn that. I want to learn that. Like.
Oh, dear.
So and so I've been spending like the last 2 weeks learning how to play "You Were Meant for Me" by Jewel.
Wow. Wow.
Also got some nice we got some stuff that the Living Brain Dead might work on.
Oh, cool.
At least one thing, that I was like, oh man, this would be perfect, and I sent it to the guys, and I'm like, guys, listen,
Cool.
So hopefully sometime soon, once everything gets settled with Kevin and everything, and we can figure out if this next show
curious.
we're supposed to have is even gonna happen.
I'm curious. I haven't talked to Kevin. I'm wondering how he's doing. So, Kevin, look in your inbox after the show because I want to know what's up, dude.
Laura wishes you a happy 4-week late birthday.
Oh,
She
that's
hopes
so
you had a great
kind.
day.
I really did. Thank you.
Yep. So yeah. So yeah, that's what's been going on. And then I got the precision screwdrivers. I use that as an excuse to get the stud finder, and I'm like, yeah. And of course, because I'm buying stuff, I'm like, well, if I'm buying all this, I might as well buy a record too. So I got Social Distortion Live at the Roxy, which I have on CD, and I love that CD. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this on vinyl.
Cool.
So,
I approve.
But I had to I got a new purchase this week, and unfortunately, all the batteries are dead in these, for the most part. At least like they're dead enough where the audio either doesn't work or it sounds like a dying like pull string toy or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, but I got these Simpsons watches from. You're not gonna be able to see them.
Yeah,
Kind of.
you can see.
Anyway, Simpsons talking watches that were put out by Burger King in 2000. Hey, there's John Johnson. He's an Islanders fan, and I'm sorry your team lost, dude. I was rooting for him, but anyway. But yeah, so I got these Simpsons watches. They're dying, and I gotta get new. I have batteries. I just don't have a screwdriver small enough to get in there and unscrew the damn thing.
They're not made to be fixed.
So I'm like, okay, well, if I just, maybe if I use an eyeglass repair kit screwdriver, but it's a flathead, these are Phillips, and it's just too big, just too long. Yeah. But so that's what's going on with me is I got these new Simpsons watches. Well, I guess they're not new. They're from 2002, and I've had them all before. So John says he can fix it. No, I got it, man. I got these screwdrivers coming tomorrow, so I should be able to fix them tomorrow. I got everything I need. Just after that, it's just time and patience that I need to do it. So,
True.
But yeah, no, it's it's gonna be fun to annoy the piss out of you with those once I get them up and running.
You know what? As long as they're working, it won't be. If it's not like a dying Simpsons.
Well, the only one that even remotely works is the crusty one.
Right.
Which is, hey kids, it's story time. And it's just, hey kids, it's story.
Yeah, that makes me nervous.
Yeah, no, we can't deal with that. But yeah, I'm excited to have those. Actually, the picture we were talking about last week, the blackmail picture that has me and Turtle at WrestleMania 19 dressed up as wrestlers and whatever. And I showed you that picture right before we went on the air. I'm like, look, you can see me wearing this Bart Simpson watch.
Yep.
Or no, I think I had the Homer one and Turtle was wearing the Bart Simpson one, but we're both wearing the Simpsons watches.
Yeah.
Because we got those on that road trip.
That's awesome.
I don't know where any of mine disappeared to over the years. I'm sure probably in that mysterious basement flood.
Oh, man.
Where half my shit disappeared to, but yeah, basically Krusty plays Pennywise. It is creepy, and then it doesn't it just drags. It doesn't end. It just drags. You gotta sit there for like 2 minutes before it finally ends, and it's like, why did I push that button? Why?
You know
why?
What? I have a Snoopy toy. Snoopy's laying on the piano, and you push the keys, and it plays the song. You know the song.
Yeah.
The song.
The song you know what? I didn't even look at YouTube last week to see if we got hit with copyright for that.
Oh shit.
I mean, I'm sure if it was like a big deal, they would email me and say, "Hey, dude, you fucked up." But I didn't, we always get copyright dings because a lot of these are through like CD Baby and stuff like that. So whoever registers the songs has the, they can hit you for copyright or whatever.
Yeah.
So we get copyright stuff all the time, but it's never anything like significant where it's like, okay, well, that's a strike on your account.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's a good question. Let's see if I can get that information. Videos.
Yeah, so my Snoopy toy, it dies I've had it for like 10 years at least.
We did not get dinged with a copyright claim at all last week. Not from any of the music we played or anything like that. I got a shirt that I wear when I play with Living Brain Dead. It says Corn, but it's with a C. It's the Corn logo with a C, and it says damn copyright. Which was actually Turtle's thing that he came up with. So, anyway, but yeah. No, we didn't get dinged with that, but you have a Snoopy toy that plays that.
I do.
I have I was in the basement, and there's a Tigger in the basement that you squeeze its belly and it bounces and shit.
Like
or something like
a
that.
plush Tigger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I squeezed it, but the batteries must be dead. So
Yeah.
you know, I got to get in the basement. And I got to clean up the basement because
I'll
there's
help
so much shit down there. Like there is an entire box full of Halloween decorations.
I thought we were skipping Halloween this year.
We are skipping Halloween.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I rolled my eyes before I said it. You know, I was watching the Adam Ruins Everything Christmas special earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Turns out his friend Emily on the show, she's a huge fan of The Rock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she got a Rock cardboard cutout, and they were talking about value, and he's like, "What's that worth to you?" And she's like, "Oh, it's worth 50 to me, but I paid 20." And he's like, "Well, that's got a value of $30 or whatever." And then it's like, but then somebody who doesn't know you as well, "Oh, I heard you like The Rock, so here's his cousin's DVD." And she's like, "Roman Reigns sucks." Yeah, that's the only thing about these toys, man, is the batteries just die, and then when they're dying, they're fucking scary
terrifying.
sometimes, Like, I'm glad that I actually already had the batteries that go in this thing.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Well, you know what happened? You remember I was trying to figure out how to use my lavalier mic to do the show.
Yeah.
Because this mic stand sucks, and it blocks my door.
Yep.
So I bought batteries for my lav mic, thinking, okay, well, it just needs batteries because I left it on one time after I used it.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out the battery that was in it was fine. It was just it wouldn't work with the board.
Oh.
So I had to basically, like scrap that idea and keep going with the pod mics here. But so I bought I think 40 fucking batteries.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it never hurts to have batteries.
I know, but what kind are they?
They're these little watch batteries. These guys,
Really?
little tiny guys. What is this? This is I can't see. Not enough light in here. There's light.
There's too much light.
There's light right on us, and then like a red light over there, and that's it's a LR44 battery. This little tiny guy right here. I got 40 of them, so I think I'm good to fix these 4 watches.
That's good.
Yeah, and keep them
Do they
fixed
take
for years to
one or
come.
two?
One.
They only take one. Okay.
Yeah, well, you can never have too many batteries. See, that's exactly what I said.
Yes, I guess.
And so,
Well, we should get some batteries for Tigger and see if we can fix Tigger.
we got batteries. I'll
What?
bring them up.
Okay.
Next time I'm down there, I'll bring them up.
Okay.
Oh, jeez, they're ganging up on me in the comments here.
I stand with Jazzy.
Jasmine thinks she's being bullied because I said we're skipping Halloween. Or maybe because I rolled my eyes before I said we got this whole box of Halloween stuff. Why don't you tell her what I said when I told you about the box of Halloween stuff?
He suggested that we let you go through it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually suggested to just give it to her, but
Well, my
I'm
sister
sure you
gets
yeah.
some stuff too, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you still have the Snoopy toy? I do. It's in my china cabinet.
We need batteries for that. We can probably
Yeah.
got batteries for that.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's an older toy though.
It's like a Happy Meal toy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that should take like AAA or AA or maybe even a watch battery or something.
Watch batteries. It's tiny.
Watch batteries. Okay.
Yeah.
We might have batteries for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'd have to open it up and find out.
I'm excited now.
Because I actually have like all kinds of watch batteries.
That's nuts.
Actually, I have 2 different kinds of watch batteries.
Oh.
I'm lying. But no, I have these I bought them for my lav mic.
Yeah.
And then I bought I own a Sega Saturn, and the memory in that is battery powered.
Oh.
And I was playing one day, and it's like, oh, enter your initials, and all my high scores were gone. I'm like, well, what the fuck? I hadn't played the thing in forever. So I'm like, all right, that's understandable. The memory probably just, went away after so long. And then after I'm putting my initials in and everything, and it's still not saving them. So like, what the fuck? So I open it up and I realize, oh shit, there's a battery. I need to replace the battery. So I have like 10 of those too, which are like, the bigger size watch batteries.
Yeah.
So I've got batteries. I think we're
Okay.
good for anything. He wants to know how old your Snoopy toy is, if you have any idea.
I don't know, but on the song break, I can go check.
Yeah. I do own new stuff. Like that just came out a month or two ago.
Yeah, that's true.
I should have a new guitar by now. It's not here yet. Kind of upset about that. Tiger Electronic wristwatches. No, I don't think I had the wristwatches. I had some of the games, like the handheld games, but I never had the wristwatches. All right, let's get to a song break, and you can go check that. And
Yeah.
We'll come back and talk more, I guess. So this is. Tell us about Darkride. What is this?
Okay, this is a project that one of my friends, like, we're talking from when I was like 15, 16, first starting to play instruments and play in bands and stuff. So my buddy James, who actually like used to give me bass lessons and stuff, he is doing this project, and the song that we're going to play it was recorded by Andy Mitchell of Sixpin.
Okay.
And you know what a big deal Andy has been to me and my career musically.
Have some Sixpin memorabilia in here.
Yes, you do.
I do.
Yes, you do.
But yes, I am aware of.
I feel like you know, as much as I don't really perform anymore, James kind of contributed to me performing back when I could sing. So I don't know. It's pretty awesome that James and Andy are working together on stuff, and it's pretty good stuff.
I listened to like 5 seconds of it earlier because like everything today, I was just like, here's the MP3, here's the wave. Like, all right, cool. Just program them in while I'm listening to vinyl.
Oh, yeah.
Except for, oddly enough, the Exham Priory song we're playing later. But this is Darkride, and this song is called I Don't Wanna Be Down. I can't read my own writing. I don't want to be down. Darkride, all WNY, ThinkSoJoE Show.
I just wanna feel like I'm special. And when you come around, my whole world's flipped upside down. I don't wanna be down, I just wanna feel like I'm special. And when you come around, my whole world's flipped upside down. These words can bring us both down. Tear down the walls of this town. Lift me 'cause I'm feeling down. These words can bring us both down. Tear down the walls of this town. Lift me 'cause I'm feeling down. I don't wanna be down, I just wanna feel like I'm special. And when you come around, my world's flipped upside down. I don't wanna feel down, I just wanna feel like I'm special. And when you come around, my world's flipped upside down. These words can bring us both down. Tear down the walls of this town. Lift me 'cause I'm feeling down. These words can bring us both down. Tear down the walls of this town. Lift me 'cause I'm feeling down. These words can bring us both down. Tear down the walls of this town. Lift me 'cause I'm feeling down. These words can bring us both down. Tear down the walls of this town. Lift me 'cause I'm feeling down.
Darkride on all WNY, ThinkSoJoE Show.
Awesome.
Got the Snoopy playing the piano here.
He's not playing.
Or he's
just
laying on the
chilling.
piano. It's a Snoopy on the piano, and it says plays. It's from 2007, apparently. It doesn't say actually on the toy itself, but we
Google told us.
Bing told us,
Bing? Oh,
Bing
my
told us.
bad.
because I get my little points towards my gift cards.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So I save $10 every
gimme,
once in a
gimme,
great
gimme, gimme, gimme,
here.
gimme.
Here. Okay. Okay then. Yeah, we can probably open that up after the show. We got
I would love that.
got a screwdriver that's
Oh,
that'll
this
fit
takes
that.
the triangle.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have a screwdriver for that tomorrow too.
Sweet.
So yeah, we'll get that open and we'll.
Okay.
I might actually. I doubt it, but I might actually have something we can open that with tonight. But part of my guitar gear.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh.
Anyway, Jasmine, the comments were coming from Facebook that you're not able to see. So we are broadcasting on Facebook Live as well as YouTube.
It's working.
I wonder if we're actually broadcasting where we're like if it's got the right information on Facebook this week. Because remember last week it gave us the information from the week before. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested. Yeah, Jasmine's posting about the show here. Kevin sent me a picture that I saw during the song break there. I am a dad.
You are.
I am. My daughter is opening an Etsy shop.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
She's making like custom bracelets and stuff.
Friendship bracelets.
You should see these bracelets on her Instagram.
Yeah.
That she's been posting to promote her upcoming Etsy store. And she posted yesterday, and she says, "Oh, well, you know, I'm just waiting to get some packaging, and as soon as I have packaging, I'll open my Etsy store." So I shot her a text. You know, I was gonna order packaging and just have it shipped to her, and text her the next day and be like, "Yo, you'll have packaging tomorrow." Aww. You know, but instead, I'm like, you know what? If I get her the packaging, does she need labels? Does she need a scale? Does she need all this other stuff? So I texted her the next day. I said, "Listen, you know, I saw your post. Like, I want to help you out. Can I, I'm going to order you this packaging that I use when we send out Living Brain Dead merch. It's basically bubble wrap that sticks to itself.
Yeah.
And, do you need mailing labels? Because you can or like shipping labels, because you could just buy your shipping online and print it. You don't have to, go to the post office or nothing to send these out. Mm. And also, do you need a scale?" And she said, "Yeah, I could use a scale, postage scale." So I, got up out of bed, came in here, and I ordered her a giant roll of this packaging. The same thing I just ordered myself last week.
Yeah.
I ordered her, label paper, a little cheaper than what I have, but that's because I was already spending $50 on that and the scale, because I got my scale like used for $9.
Oh.
Hers was $20. So I'm like, all right, well, yeah. It's more than I spent on mine, but yeah, I'll get it for her. She's gonna need it.
Yeah, she
is. When I was a kid, I wanted to start a business. I always, would sit at that card table that we do we still have that?
Yeah, we still have that.
Well, I used to. It used to be in much better shape, and it used to be in, the room upstairs of my grandma's house. So I would go sit down and pretend I was sitting at a desk, like I owned a business and I was working in an office and I was the boss, or whatever. But because I always wanted to have my own business. Here I am now. It took me, 30 something years to get there.
Yeah.
But I got my own business, and I'm, and so to see her, trying to start her own business and be an entrepreneur, and now it's so much easier than it was when I was 16. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, let me do this for her, because I want her to be able to get a good start on starting her business and doing all these projects and whatever, and trying to sell them. So I told her, as soon as you got your Etsy store, let me know, and I'll promote you.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever I can to help. You know what I mean? And so this was just, I saw, as soon as I get some packaging, it's like, all right, well, let me get you some packaging.
Yeah.
Let me get you started here. I didn't tell her not to pay me back, but I hope she knows she doesn't have to pay me back.
Oh my goodness, I know.
like this is a loan. Yeah, Jasmine's in the business of misery. Anyway, yeah, but that's hopefully she does well.
Yeah.
And I'll show you the Instagram, on Songbreak or whatever, so you can see like the post that she mentioned the packaging shows like, oh, here's when I tried to do this like 2 years ago, and here's when I tried to do this now, and it's like night and day between the ones that she used to make, and the ones she's making now, and it's just like, oh, like those look like I could walk into a store and buy them.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I will see if she'll do a blue and orange Islanders color bracelet for you. I'm sure she will. So get them like the little, the stripes or whatever. So Laura's in the business of making me feel good. I don't know about that. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's she should have all that stuff Friday.
That's very cool.
At the latest. So yeah, it was it's funny because I ordered everything all at the same time. Mm-hmm. And it was telling me like, oh, the one thing will be there Thursday, the other two things will be there Friday. She got the fucking labels today. Like I got up this, like I didn't realize they were going to get to her that quick. So I got up this morning and texted her like, hey, here's your tracking number for those labels. They're going to be there today.
Yeah.
So she doesn't miss UPS or whatever, because I'm sure she doesn't have a UPS My Choice account to,
right.
Sit there and,
right. I didn't even think about that.
Say, oh, can you please deliver this without anybody signing for it if nobody's available or whatever,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I have that luxury of, I have that account and I actually have like the paid account and whatever. So, which I don't even know why I have the paid account. I think it was just to get the two free windows of 2-hour window deliveries,
right.
Which I'm out of now. So now if I want a 2-hour window delivery, I got to pay $8. But the only reason I ever do that is because, like, oh, I got this really expensive thing that's coming, and I want to know when it's going to get here. Yeah. Like this thing, like the NBA Jam. That's a $500 thing. I'm not sitting there like, why am I not? I only own one John Cena shirt, and I haven't worn it in probably 18 years. Anyway. Yeah. But, well, it was probably more like 16 years. I think the shirt probably came out 16 years ago, but, anyway. Yeah, so that's, I'm happy she's able to get her business started and happy to be able to help.
It's going to be a really good learning experience for her.
We're not, we get along great, but we're not like super close and we don't have anything in common. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, okay, I see what you're doing and I'm happy that you're doing it. And I want to support you in doing this, so let me help you any way I can. It's because that's like the one thing we have in common is art. Yeah. And the DIY thing of like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do stuff. So, no, she hasn't mentioned eBay. She's only mentioned Etsy. So. So I think that's what she's planning on doing is just trying to make a go of it with the Etsy store, which is I'd much rather have her at home doing, making bracelets and sending them, through Etsy or whatever than trying to work at like Tops or something,
That's true.
Because that's right you don't that way she can not be exposed to COVID-19 or whatever, and I mean, not that if she's got to go back to school, she's gonna get exposed anyway, because why the fuck are we sending kids back to school? But that's neither here nor there. So the Buffalo Bills, terrifying. We were talking about COVID just before the show, because the Buffalo Bills are playing in Miami in week 2, and they're allowing fans. 10% capacity is what they're allowing in outdoor stadiums in Florida right now. Which is ridiculous because we have the virus much more under control here in New York State. But at least for the first 2 Bills home games, they're not letting fans. Yeah. Because New York State is like, yeah, fuck you. So, and I feel like football, as much as I'd hate to say that, I feel like football is going to be like, Nick Lucido said, bring back the John Cena shirt. Anyway,
you guys, I'll find the John Cena shirt for next week.
I'll go dig through the wrestling drawer during the next song break. Actually, no, the next song break's only like 2 minutes. I don't got time for that. Anyway, but yeah, so I guess what the fuck was I talking about? I lost my train. Oh, baseball. Well, as much as I'm excited for football, especially, you know, defending NFC champion San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
As much as I'm excited about this, and they just re-signed George Kittle, which we've been begging them to pay him since the end of the season last year, and they finally did. But you know, as much as I'm looking forward to football, look what's happening in baseball. You know how many games have been canceled in baseball or postponed because of the virus? Because the Florida teams are getting the fucking virus?
Oh, geez.
And you want to go send football teams to play in fucking Miami or Tampa Bay or Jacksonville. Like, this is not a good idea. The NHL is doing it right. The NBA is doing it right. They've got their bubbles. And I know, like, it's ridiculous to ask these teams to play entire seasons in the bubble. You know what I mean? Because then they've got to stay there.
Yeah.
For, what's football? September, October, November, December, 4 months, plus playoffs, plus the Super Bowl, so 5-6 months. It's ridiculous to ask them to do that. I'm hoping that the NFL players are smart enough to follow regulations, you know, follow guidelines from their management and coaching and all that,
Right.
to like stay the fuck home and not go anywhere and not go to bars and not go to clubs and not do their best to limit exposure.
Right.
I'm hoping they're smart enough. They all went to college. They're all intelligent human beings. Most of them. I'm sure there's probably some dumb football players, like Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady.
Nick wishes he had a bubble.
Yeah. But you know, it's so hopefully these players will follow the guidelines. Hopefully nobody gets the virus. Hopefully they're able to stay safe. And hopefully they're, you know, doing whatever they can to make sure that anybody that's coming into these stadiums, particularly in Florida, hopefully they're doing anything for these fans to make sure that they're safe. You know, obviously, you know, you got to spread the seats around. You don't want to put them all right next to each other. You're not going to put them all on, you know, like WWE would do and put them on the 50-yard line so you get them all on TV. No, college doesn't equal smart. Anyway, let's do it. Yeah, let's do a basement show. That sounds safe.
Let's do a basement show in our basement.
That sounds really safe. Anyway, college does equal dead unless you're on the football scholarship.
That's a good point.
So, which, you know, most of these guys that make it to the NFL, that's how they got in college, how they paid for college is they had scholarships because they're good at football, good at sports ball. Sports ball. But you know, meanwhile, you watch Major League Baseball and there's all these games being postponed. Oh, the Florida Marlins have, or Miami Marlin, whatever the fuck they are now. The fucking team Scott Stapp did a song about. You know, they're 14 of their players have COVID, so the game against the Yankees is postponed. You know, but again, you know, it's probably unrealistic to say, you know, you guys should have done a bubble.
Yeah.
Because for football and for baseball, we're talking about regular season. For hockey and basketball, this is the postseason, so it's not going to last that long.
Right.
Especially as, you know, the way they're scheduling these games. You know, we're already in the second round of the playoffs. It's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you know, 3.5 weeks, I guess, since we're in, you know, round 2. My Blues didn't make it out of round 1. They're blaming COVID for that, if you could believe that. I guess some of them had it leading into going into the bubble.
Jeez.
But they've been testing the players every day.
Yeah.
0 positive tests since they've been in the bubble.
Good.
0. And that's because they're not letting anybody in. They're not letting you know, if you leave, you're gone.
Yeah.
Or you got to, you know, quarantine for 2 weeks if you come back.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys know Nick's good at stuff. He wants a scholarship.
Isn't there a rock star scholarship? There should be.
Should be. You guys know I've been ranting about NBC's Mike Milbury over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And stupid shit that he said. NBC has sent him home. He's out of the bubble. He's home. He ain't fucking commenting on anything right now.
Really?
They sent him home over the line that he was in hot water over last week about, oh, there's no women in the bubble to distract him. And, somebody in the Sabres group, they're like, oh, that shouldn't be enough to fire him. I'm like, okay, listen. He said he compared the empty arenas to women's and college games.
Mm-hmm.
He went on this rant about why Tuukka Rask shouldn't have left the fucking bubble to go home and be with his family. And I hope he feels like an asshole because not Tim Thomas, as a previous Boston goaltender, Tuukka Rask had a family emergency he had to leave the bubble for.
Yeah.
And, he doesn't, that's none of anybody's business, really.
No, it really isn't.
If he says, hey, I gotta go and be with my family, and even if it was just, I miss my family and I want to go home. Yeah. Why are you going to judge a guy over that? And then he said that thing about, there's no women here to distract him. And so I said, you know what? He said all these stupid things. Okay. So it's a combination of all these things. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, when he was trending on Twitter, the picture that they used was from a tweet from like Sportsnet or something from a few years ago, where he said something along the lines of, if you're going to hit a guy, give him a slight concussion. And given what we know about concussions, and then there's guys out there, Steve Montador, who used to play here for the Buffalo Sabres, killed himself because he had CTE. That's when you get concussions, you can develop CTE. They can't detect it while you're still alive.
CTE?
I don't know the actual term for it off the top of my head. I would have to look it up. But it's basically what happens to your brain when you get concussions, and it causes severe depression, suicidal thoughts, and things like that. And Steve Montador, who used to play for the Buffalo Sabres and a bunch of other teams, he recently committed suicide. And I don't know if this was before or after the, give him a concussion comment, because that was a few years back. But it was actually pretty much the catalyst for that one really excellent hockey book I had about, about kind of limiting the amount of fights or banning them outright. Yeah. Chronic traumatic
that word.
Encephalopathy.
Yep.
Encephalopathy. Something like that. I don't know.
You talk for a living.
I do, but
you tell me.
I do, but I'm not getting paid for this. So anyway, but yeah, that's but yeah, it's a form of brain damage. Yeah. So knowing what we know about concussions and brain damage and CTE and the links between hits and actually that was one of the Adam Ruins Everything episodes I watched, was he was ruining football by talking about this. Yeah, right. Chris Benoit had that before he murdered his family and committed suicide. They said his brain looked like that of an 80-year-old man. Oh, geez. So so for him to say, so all of that combined, yeah, this dude should have been fired a long time ago. Yeah. No, not even just for, this comment was virtually innocuous. I didn't think anything of it. I'm just like, oh, there's another stupid thing Mike Milbury said. But, so I'm glad NBC sent him home. Yeah. They didn't rule out that he's coming back next season, but they sent him home, and I'm happy about that. That's good. And so, you'd have his job over this? Yeah. Yeah. The guy told me, tighten up your thong, whatever the fuck that means. What are you trying to, is that like a homophobic thing that you're trying to do here? Because I didn't get what you're talking about. And also you're telling me that this guy who makes constant sexist remarks on air bitches about a guy going home to his family instead of sitting around in a fenced off fucking area of Toronto for 3 months. You're telling me, you're defending this guy here. You're telling me he shouldn't lose his job over this? Don Cherry fucking, lost his job for saying "you people," and didn't mean it as a slur against anybody. He just started a sentence with "you people." Not that Don Cherry is, any better than Mike Milbury as far as homophobia and all that stuff. But the kicker was he said, oh, you people come into our country and blah, blah, blah. He was talking about people who come in, they don't understand the poppies on Remembrance Day. And he was trying to, so it was kind of like a xenophobic statement, but it wasn't it was him being overly patriotic, I guess. I don't know. But me for the new commentator on NHL on NBC, I don't know about that one. I'll go sit in the bubble. Yeah. Well, I guess I would have to go to like their studios, which I think are in Chicago or something. So, which actually I've probably been to that.
Nice.
I've probably been to that building. If it's the building I'm thinking of, the NBC building in Chicago,
maybe.
Because I was definitely on a court show in Chicago. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just happy sitting around chatting with the board hockey fan crew, the board hockey fan group, and talking about these playoffs and how exciting they've been, and sitting there with that 5 overtime game at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they sent him home, so that's good.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they'll bring him back next year and probably tell him, dude, watch your fucking mouth.
Right.
Like, don't say anything. He apologized, by the way, for that last remark about there's no women here. He said, I was just trying to be irreverent. Like, okay, well, you failed miserably. You just came across as sexist. And like, oh, these guys are, I don't know why these guys suck if there's no women here. Like, what the fuck? That's basically what he said. know? Yeah. So, again, fuck Mike Milbury. Fuck the Toronto Maple Leafs. Anyway. Yeah. I was really hoping the Islanders would have beat the Flyers today, and I was especially once they made that comeback. It was 3-0 before I even knew the game was on, and I'm like, oops. Like, I got a notification from the NHL app where it's like, oh, the Flyers chased the Islanders goalie with three quick goals. And I'm like, man, like, what do we both think of Tuukka leaving? Fans said he needs to be. I don't know about needing to be traded or go to Seattle or whatever. Like, I mean, if Boston fans are that upset about it, that let them be upset. Fuck the Bruins. And all Boston sports teams and basically everything in Boston except for the Mighty Mighty Bosstones and your friend Sarah?
Sarah's in Nashville.
Oh, sorry. Who's in Boston?
Kelsey's was in Boston. She's in Vermont now.
So fuck Boston. Anyway.
Yeah.
I know why they suck if there's no women. Good one. All right. Anyway, no, you know what? If they're that upset about Tuukka Rask going home for an emergency, I mean, I'm sure like, I would hope they're not upset about this and calling for him to be traded. Well, I'm sure they did. I'm sure, but then after you find out that it was an emergency, and his daughter was rushed to the emergency room or whatever the case was, like why are you gonna be mad at that?
Yeah.
Like I get like being mad because okay, he abandoned the team, and I can understand frustration like that. But I mean, like me sitting here, if that was Carter Hutton or Linus Ullmark or something, I would, okay, I'll give you Matt Damon. But like if Carter Hutton or Linus Ullmark went home, if the Sabres rightly would have made the fucking playoffs, so we can't get in with 24 fucking teams. Anyway, we missed it by a point.
Important breaking news is Lexi's green screen is greater than Joe's green screen.
Did you end up seeing Lexi's video that she used the green screen on?
You know what? I didn't sit down and watch it.
So I watched it, and
yeah, I know.
The green screen effect, but I think they were intentionally terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were meant to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
But, my green screen looked great when I had it set up. And I could still set it up. It's just I haven't used it in a while, so I'm just like, all right, if I'm going to use it, I'm going to just put it on a stand and put it right behind my chair.
Yeah.
Actually thinking of buying there's a thing that goes on your chair, and it's just a green screen. So like you put it on your chair, and it's like a big circle.
Like an umbrella?
Not like an umbrella. No.
Is it a dome?
No, it's just a big circular screen that goes. It goes right behind you.
That just sounds awkward.
I'll show you what I mean. When
it
I get a
sounds
chance.
awkward as fuck.
No, it goes right on your chair. I'll show you the dude from 10 Second Songs has one.
Okay.
So I'll try and find you one of his videos after the show.
Right.
But we're gonna get into some more music here.
Ooh, what are we gonna play? We're
gonna play some of my favorite people. This is my friends on the Cinder, and I decided to play them because it was just a year and a couple of days ago that I was with them in Rochester when they opened for the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, who we just mentioned. Yeah. And they were sharing the pictures of Dickie wearing the on the Cinder T-shirt.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, which he does, like if you ever open for the Boss Tones, chances are he's gonna come out wearing your T-shirt later.
That's so cool.
At the end of the set. So that was cool. But yeah, so this is on the Cinder. This is from their latest album, Lamplighter, and the song is called "Fat, Happy, Poor" on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
Whenever I go, let them pick me apart. Take what they want, maybe say someone else. Whenever I go, let them pick me apart. Take what they want, maybe say someone else. But all the rest that's hitting me up, toss to my memory and drink to your love. Why waste time making someone else rich? Blood to the cube, forever condemned. Blood trying to dust and swept away. A lifelong dream cut off at the brainstem. Paper circles from this blood clot won't fill in our glass. Whenever I go, let them pick me apart. Take what they want, maybe say someone else. But all the rest that's giving me up, toss to my memory and drink to your well. I was born until I'm part of this world. It's just born until I'm part of this world. The mastication of the truth, propagate with no context. Media spreads in a fight of ideas, competing for eyes, ignoring the minds. Reading us is out in the world starting to fast. Whenever I go, let them pick me apart. Take what they want, maybe say someone else. But all the rest are giving me up. Toss to my memory and drink to your out. I was born until I'm part of this world. We're so small but still a part of this world. I'd rather die fat, happy, poor than surrender to security. I'd rather die fat, happy, poor than buy into every string around idea of stability. It's not my policy. Whenever I go, let them pick me apart.
On the Cinder on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
Hell yeah.
I miss those guys. I miss hanging out with them.
I know.
Those are my boys.
I know. We always run into them, like, when stuff is happening.
Yeah.
They're at stuff that we're at.
So we got James from
James
Darkride.
from Darkride, yeah.
He was recently introduced to the work of, I'm sure he meant world of podcasts yesterday. So, so hopefully he's enjoying the show. We kind of got into hockey a little more than I think we usually do, but that's, you know.
I don't think it's more than we usually do.
That's where the conversation has taken us a little bit. I just showed you now the green screen thing I'm talking about.
Green screen chair thingy. It looks crazy, and your chair is still in the. It's not covered by the green.
I would imagine you could probably just flip it around, but I wouldn't mind having the chair in the green screen because I think when I eventually go back to doing, things you might not know or whatever, I'm probably gonna just keep the camera here.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's perfect to just.
All right.
Throw that thing on there, and I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna buy it from somewhere other than realbigbuy.com.
Real Big Buy.
I've never heard of that place, so.
A Real Big Buy.
Yeah. If it was realbigfish.com.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I got eBay emailed me yesterday and said said, oh, you should review this record you bought. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, what do I say about Real Big Fish Ska Acoustic? Like it's an album they basically did because they were re-recording everything anyway.
Yeah.
Because the record company was like, hey, yeah, okay, you guys can leave, but we own your shit, so fuck you.
Yep.
Here's a new remastered greatest hits album where everything sounds like shit.
Yep.
And that kind of forced Real Big Fish to be like, guys, don't buy this fucking album. Like they literally like went on social media, which was like in its infancy at the time, and they're like, don't fucking, don't buy this album. We're going to figure something out. And then they did their own greatest hits album where they re-recorded everything.
Right.
And along with that, they also did the Ska Acoustic, which is just a great album. It's like if you really like Real Big Fish and you don't want to buy the new versions of the songs, these are actually better than the ones that are on the new greatest hits, the newer greatest hits, I should say, because this is like we're talking 2005-ish, 2006, somewhere around there. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think Sounded Like a Song that should be on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is probably a huge compliment to basically any of us in the punk scene. So
Right.
I know if somebody said that about any of our stuff, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Somebody give me Tony Hawk's email address. Send it right to him.
I have your shirt on today.
You do. You're wearing a Living Brain Dead shirt.
I am.
I'm rocking Music is Art today.
Yeah.
I just kind of it is what I pulled out of the hamper.
Yeah.
And
it was clean.
It was clean.
Yeah.
I wore it to pick up some meds for you, and I got back, and I'm like, okay, I got to take a shower now, but I still want to wear this shirt.
It's a good shirt.
Yeah,
and it was a free shirt.
Yeah, right.
I got a hoodie. He got the T-shirt. It's
let me make it clear that I do not go to Music is Art and not spend money. But we did get this shirt as part of a thing.
It was a basket raffle package that I won. I was super excited to win it, and we all went to Music is Art, and I had VIP passes for Music is Art, and me and Madison were going to use them, and you were going to be like, I'm in the band and stuff. And then I forgot the VIP passes. They're still sitting on the box on the
You know what, though?
microwave.
I performed at Music is Art last year, so you didn't really, I don't know what they would have gotten you anyway, honestly.
I don't know. Maybe there was like food or drink or something.
I remember we had Madison, Jasmine was with us, and I'm walking around in a hoodie that says, we're at this stage at this time.
Yeah.
And like, if it got too warm, I had the T-shirt on underneath that said the same exact thing on it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, good marketing here.
Yeah.
We get people to come see us for sure. And then like the kids thing that was going on right next to the stage we were playing on ended, and everybody bailed.
Yeah.
Everybody was gone.
And they started like some cheerleading dance shit.
Yeah. Eleni DeGeorge was on right before us.
Yeah.
People went and
She's
watched.
adorable.
People went and watched her. And then like, as soon as they saw us, they're like, oh, who the fuck are these ugly motherfuckers?
I heard there was a banana.
Where's the banana? Somebody did ask us, where's the banana? So we had to tell them, man, sorry, Bob Paul died.
Oh my God! At the children's stage, you had to explain that Bob Paul died.
It was the children. It was the kids. What the fuck was the other? I don't remember what it was. It was something / Kids Village.
Yeah.
And like, so the whole area was like Kids Village, but the stage was something else.
Yeah.
So, but we did the yellow sauce thing there, and yeah.
Speaking of the yellow sauce thing, oh my goodness.
This Friday
Happy
night.
Sauce Month, you guys.
This Friday night streaming.
Friday night.
Not Saturday like I initially said, because I got my dates all fucked up right now.
Yeah.
Which is weird for me because I usually have some semblance of what day it is, and like when dates are.
Yeah.
But like even this is fucking with me, who doesn't leave the house anyway.
Yeah.
This whole like time warp thing that 2020 seems to have turned into.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of weird that I got it wrong. But Friday night streaming live, you got Poison Pros who we
Yeah.
played last week. We love you, Cam. We have the Moxie Cleveland Cabaret.
Which is members of BD2.
And we have Exham Priory, who you're going to hear in about 20 minutes here. And, of course, Yellow Sauce, who you're going to hear probably about 40 minutes or so, 45 minutes. So we're excited about that. You know what sucks about this is I can't, that's supposed to be an emoji, and I have or a GIF or something. I have no idea what it is.
Oh.
So, I would actually have to, go on YouTube
Yeah.
and, because it doesn't show us here for whatever reason.
That's
But,
weird.
yeah, I don't know. It's maybe just not built into their software or whatever to run that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just glad we're able to get it to the right fucking, right links now.
True.
Unlike last time, when we were doing a few weeks ago before I asked. Yeah, I don't know what anybody's talking about. Anyway, yeah. So, Music is Art's also going to be virtual this year in September. So
I'm so glad they're finding a way to still do something.
well, yeah. I mean, we were hoping to, get to be a part of it this year with the Living Brain Dead. We applied early. But of course, a lot of things that we were excited to be doing this year, we didn't get to do. So, we didn't get to do South Buffalo Porch Fest. That looked like it was going to be fun. We didn't get to do the folk and punk preview thing or whatever that we were supposed to do. Like, that was our first show that got canceled, was that one. And then the South Buffalo Porch Fest, and I think we had a show at Stamps that night we were supposed to do. And it was just like,
oh yeah, you did.
Like, man, everything's getting canceled or postponed, and so we weren't able to do a lot of stuff we wanted to do this year. So hopefully we're gonna have to make up for it next year, I guess. Hopefully everything will be somewhat back to normal then.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's been long enough.
I actually have a ThinkSoJoE jersey.
Yeah.
John in the comments there says we should get I need a ThinkSoJoE Buffalo Sabres jersey. I have a ThinkSoJoE jersey. It's based on the 90s goat head jerseys.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I wore it to accept some awards.
To accept some awards.
Well, you know what? And that got canceled. That was last year.
Yeah.
Because it got postponed because we were supposed to do the Evening Star, and then there was like a huge blizzard and nobody wanted to drive. So
Yeah. Oh.
apparently, according to Laura, you and Jasmine are hosting next week, which means I get the day off. Fuck you. See ya.
Who's gonna run the gear? I don't want to.
You are.
I don't want to.
Fine, Jasmine can.
Does Jasmine know what the buttons do?
I don't think so.
All right, this should be fun.
She asked me what all the buttons do, and I told her, but that doesn't mean she actually knows.
No, it took me a couple times. I mean, I still don't really understand what all the... You have a lot of buttons that are just buttons. It's not a fader. It's not a potentiometer. It's just a fucking button.
Here's what you need to worry about. You got your faders.
I know.
Okay. You got your mute buttons, red ones.
I know.
Got your solo buttons, so if I push this, I can only hear you in my headphones. I can't hear me now.
I know.
And then you can program all these to be different sounds.
What do we got programmed today?
Darkride, I don't want to be down.
No,
I'm
like
listening.
your other sounds.
Let's find out. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, that's thank you, guys. It's enough.
Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, that's enough. Okay, anyway. And then this is, I assume, a belch. Yes, that is actually me belching into the microphone.
I feel like I could smell it.
No, I did not say Coke head jerseys. I said goat head jerseys.
I don't know how to program the buttons.
Yeah, oh, that's your Laura chat buttons are in the chat drinking game.
Okay.
And then to control the air conditioner is in this all scenes button.
A page for Jasmine's.
We don't. Maybe we'll do that.
Maybe she deserves it.
Maybe she's been asking long enough.
Yeah.
She listens every week. We can probably do something. You know what button I keep meaning to hit and never do is this going live button that if I press it, it puts out a tweet saying go to our YouTube channel.
Oh. Do you do it late? Like, do it now.
No, because it actually says like we're about to go on air.
But-
So
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, we've been on air for an hour and 15 minutes now.
Yeah.
When who hosted what now, Laura? I did a voiceover yesterday, and it was George spelled that way, and I'm just like, okay, I'm pretty sure he means this is supposed to be Jorge, because like, how many people who spell their name that way actually go by George? So, sure enough, I get the revision request this morning. Oh, it's meant to be George. All right, fine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what half these buttons do. This button puts the rain, gives us the rain, and then there's an all scenes button, right? And so you got your rain.
Yeah.
For when we do the song breaks. This is the camera. That's the one that's on right now.
Yeah.
We have one for phone. So if we're on the phone with somebody.
Oh yeah.
And
we did with Sarah.
We have a Zoom button.
Yeah.
And if you push that, that's our Zoom call thing that we did with Yellow Sauce a couple of weeks ago. And we've got, and this button controls the air conditioner. And then this button here is, I push this with a minute left to go in the show. So it just says like, share, and subscribe. So, yeah. John wants he wants a signed ThinkSoJoE Show jersey. So,
Cool.
Might have to try and get materials for that.
Yeah, it's possible.
I gotta remember. I gotta find out where I got that from, because I don't remember.
You shopped around.
I did. I was looking for like the cheapest I could find it. So yeah, it's hanging with all the rest of my jerseys. It's just got the Sabres Turd Burger jersey. and like, I didn't like them when I saw them on the ice, and when I opened it up, I'm like, man, this thing is hideous.
Yeah.
Who wears yellow as a primary jersey color? Nashville.
I was gonna say, I know this one.
Boston's done it. They don't do it often, but they've done it. But yeah, not a good idea.
So you know what I've been up to?
Yeah.
Is I have been tasting your world of voiceovers.
You have.
Well, kind of, but not really.
Well, you're going to,
like,
because
not at all like what you do, but like on the technical aspect, it is the same.
yes.
I am in an audio drama, and it's based on a stage play that I was in, like, probably like 17 years ago. So what you doing?
I'm gonna find the Patchwork Radio, or Patchwork Theater rather, and see if I can get that info here.
I have info.
Okay.
I just have to bring it up. So I am playing Purple Girl, who is the best character, and I don't know. Here's what Billy has to say. Billy is the writer of this play. Muse was written by Niagara Falls native Billy Horn as a short story, then adapted into a short one-act stage play, originally debuting in a bookstore loft in the early 2000s. I was in that bookstore loft. I was there, guys. Then in 2007, it ran in New York City at the Manhattan Repertory Manhattan Repertory Theater, directed by Leslie Lynn Pizzin. That's a name. This audio drama combines elements from both stage and short story to create a unique auditory experience. Muse is a coming-of-age story about a young artist struggling to find the life he created for himself instead of the one he's been forced to live, and ultimately meeting the man he was meant to become. The audio drama sees the return of original Muse cast members Karina DeFabio, that's me, and Eric Audier, which I don't think I pronounced right, reprising their roles from nearly 20 years ago, from the nearly 20-year-old stage show. Muse will debut on Sunday, September 6th on all major podcasting services. This is a really hard time for the arts. Across the board. You know, it's not just affecting music, it's affecting any kind of performances. And, you know, theater season isn't going to happen as it usually does. That's a huge attraction for Buffalo and for, you know...
Oh, for sure. I mean, it was a year ago that I was, you know, delivering cookies to the cast of the Book of Mormon.
Oh, my God. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, so, you know, there's bigger theaters, there's smaller theaters. You know, venues, theaters, alternative venues, like how we use the bookstore loft as a theater space. It was actually really cool. With the story being so abstract, it was kind of cool to have it in an alternative space and like use what was there as props. It was really cool. So we've been having rehearsals through Google Hangouts, and I didn't know how to use Google Hangouts. And I didn't realize that Google Hangouts was a video thing. I thought maybe it was just an audio thing because we were audio booking, or audio acting. And I was wearing my pajamas for the first rehearsal and totally got called out for not being dressed appropriately. But, yeah, like I was saying, it's a hard time for the arts. We're finding a way to take our passion for acting and for music, as you will see later in the season for Patchwork Radio Theater. They're going to be doing a musical, I believe. And, you know, it's a way to keep these mediums alive as they're able to be right now. You know, ideally we'll eventually get these pieces of art back on stage, maybe as well as over the audio platforms. But, yeah, if you're a fan of theater, maybe this will be something that you like. If you're a fan of audiobooks, this might be something that you like. It's a good story. It is kind of artsy. I honestly, like, I've been in it through, this will be my third run, and I would rather be in it than watch it, because you have to think with this story. What is that noise?
Jukebox.
Oh. Yeah, it's a thought-provoking story. It makes you think, it makes you feel. And, yeah, September 6th, it's going to be available. And, yeah, I would really like you guys to check it out and support me in what I'm doing, because I don't do much anymore.
Which means sometime in the next couple of days, we got to stick you in the booth.
Yes, that is accurate.
I'm going to stick you in the booth. I'm going to hit record, and I'm going to go play video games. I think you'll be fine.
I'm kind of nervous to step into your world.
I mean, if you've already acted in the actual, like, physical on-stage play, like,
yes,
you should be absolutely fine to do an audio version. Especially because, like, when you're doing live theater, you don't have a script in front of you.
That's true.
Right? You can't just, you know, you can't just be like, what's my line, and look at the screen or look at your notes or whatever. So, I mean, realistically, this is going to be much easier, I think, for you. It's you know, out of your comfort zone a little bit, because it's not something you've done regularly before.
Yeah.
I know I did try to get you to do a job one time, and you
freaked out. I had a little panic attack.
We're not having it. But I think you'll do okay. I think you just kind of, you got to get in there. You know, bring your glass of water. There's a coaster in there for you.
Okay.
You know,
Is it a Pac-Man coaster?
It is not. It is a Shawn Michaels coaster.
I refuse. I will use Pac-Man or nothing.
I think there might be enough Night and Light Coaster in there too.
Oh, okay.
I think I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'll use that.
But there is, so, and you got a screen in there, so you can get your script on the screen if you want to, or you can bring your paper in there because
I like the paper.
yeah, I mean, I know you're more comfortable with that. So there's a light in there, so all you do is tell the wiretap here to put the light on for you, and whatever color you're comfortable with and brightness you're comfortable with in there. And I mean, literally, it should just be nothing. You just you have your script.
Yeah.
You don't got to worry about flubbing a line. If you do flub a line, you get the little dog clicker in there.
Yeah.
So you click that, and then that way, when I come back and, when you're done and you're like, hey, can you, edit this for me? I see wherever you messed up, and I can go back and, make the edits. Which is like second nature to me now. I could just look at the waveform and be like, okay, she clicked there. There's what she said the first time. Here's what she said the second time. Cut that first part out.
Yeah.
So I think you'll do. I think you'll do fine. I think, like I said, I think I can probably just stick you in the booth, hit record, and go play NHL for a little while.
Okay.
I haven't done that in a while. I need to get back into that a little bit.
Yeah.
Before NHL 21 comes out in a month or two.
Now that I took all this time to clean and make it super fancy and move. I moved
rearrange some furniture.
around.
It's nice and
It brightened up the room.
homey out there.
Yes, it I'm proud of what I've done. And the floors are really clean, like there's not cat hair all over the place. And I don't know, it's a nice time to go sit. You should go play NHL now.
I'll go bring it. Well, I got stuff to do after the shows.
I know you have wrestling.
I'll bring up that nice rocking chair from downstairs.
There you go.
Or I'll just take this gaming chair out there and game.
Just don't give it up because the boys will get in there.
I know. I think it's all in my head, but I feel like I'm leaning to one side, like I was on my other chair. But I think it's all in my head. I think I'm just
so too.
Like so paranoid about the chair breaking because my last chair lasted 4 months. You know what I mean? So, but I've been, my back has felt so much better over the past week since I got this chair.
That's awesome.
Especially, like I watched SummerSlam in here, the WWE pay-per-view, and I put up my projector in here, which I've never done before.
Yeah.
I always have it set up in the living room. I'm always laying on the couch. I'm always falling asleep watching these things because I'm comfortable on the couch watching it on the projector in the dark.
Yeah.
So this time around, I was like, you know what? Karina's not home. I'm also going to be watching hockey. And I have a good place where I can put the projector in here, which is on the record shelf there.
Oh yeah.
So let's see how big of a projection I can get putting this thing on the record shelf. So I hooked it all up, and it took up the entire wall over here, but it was the perfect fit. My 100-inch screen fit perfectly. The only catch is I have one of those carnival mirrors, with a band logo on it. I have a Guns N' Roses one over here. So
oh yeah.
And the projector's meant to be, you can use it as a front or a rear projector screen. And so it's kind of see-through, so the light is going right through and bouncing off this mirror, which was fine for SummerSlam, but when I tried to watch hockey on it afterwards, it's like, oh man, there's a big white square on the screen, or rectangle anyway. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. I haven't played online in a while. I haven't played in a while at all, so I got to kind of get my skills back. I've been playing. I don't know when the last time I touched a controller was. Probably before I got NBA Jam here.
Yeah.
Because I had my emulator hooked up before I got this because I had to wait so long for this. I'm like, fuck this. I'm still gonna play NBA Jam.
Yeah.
NHL Open Ice for PlayStation because the arcade emulator sucked. The arcade emulation of that game says so. But I've been any time I see Arcade 1-Up tweet anything about NBA Jam, I'm like, when are you guys going to release DLC with NHL Open Ice? Mm-hmm. I know that's probably near impossible, but I will pay you. If you want to charge me and give me an extra game for DLC, I'll fucking buy it. Because that was my jam. NHL Open Ice. And I don't know if that's even something they can really do. I don't know how much hard drive space they gave themselves on these machines or whatever. So, But yeah, that I would love to have that on here. It's the same button layout. All you gotta do is just add the game. They gotta sign all the players, because that's a problem with NBA Jam, is they couldn't sign all the players. So you've got, like 16 or 17 players out of the, let's see, there's 30 teams, so 60 players that are, they're not in the game. So I'd imagine that's an issue with licensing or whatever for the NHL game, if they were to want to do that. Is it music time? It is music time. Jasmine's right. Okay, anyway. So you can catch this band on Friday as part of the Yellow Sauce release stream. And so these are my boys, and these are the guys that got me out of musical retirement.
Yeah.
So this is Exham Priory, and this song is called Another Round on All WNY. ThinkSoJoE Show. Exham Priory on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show. Speaking of which, I decided to go get my ThinkSoJoE Show jersey here, and it's kind of caught up in my headphones, but
Caught up in my headphones.
yeah. So there's the ThinkSoJoE Show jersey. Doesn't get worn often because if it's hockey jersey weather, I'm usually wearing a Sabres jersey. So
Right.
you know, which I'm still debating. Somebody still got an authentic Adidas 50th anniversary jersey for $150 on eBay, and I'm just like, I'm still thinking of like ordering the home jersey of the new royal blue jerseys, but I don't know how much money I want to spend on hockey jerseys right now, especially since I spent $50 on the fucking turd burger last week. But yeah, you can't run through a campsite.
What?
You can't run through a campsite. It's impossible. You can't. You know why? You can only ran because it's past tense.
Asshole.
Hey, I've been learning Spanish. I have. I've been learning.
You came to bed and said something in Spanish to me, and you said it
Wrong.
very wrong.
I said
and
no.
it was so cute.
Audio is. He says audio is out. I don't know why audio would be out. I don't know. Everything looks good here. It's saying, "You sure you didn't just mute your stuff, man?" I don't know. Now I got to check.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Well, I know it's going to the. Let's see. Is it going to butt? Yeah, it's going to butt. So I don't know why it's not. Why he's not getting any audio there. All right. ThinkSoJoE Show. Here we go again.
Do you think that Jasmine and Laura got a hold of him and told him, like, this is what we do?
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. ThinkSoJoE. No, we got audio.
So I don't know why it's not. Why he's
There's
not
audio.
getting there.
Thanks for the heads up. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe it's. He got something. I guess. You know what? He's on Facebook, and I just looked at YouTube. I don't know. Anyway. But yes. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So I came to bed last night, and I said Buenos dias, which means good morning. Which means good morning. It's Buenas noches. I was supposed to say. Which is good night. I decided, I don't. My goal is not really to get fluent in Spanish.
Yeah.
But my goal is to, like, if I see like Spanish places and Spanish names and things like that, to be able to pronounce them without having to drop everything and look them up.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the most common language that I need to do that with, and I might maybe. Start to do German after I get through the Spanish lessons. But I'm sitting here last night, and it's like, oh, speak this. Like, and these microphones aren't hooked up 24/7. These are only here when we're doing this podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I could just go in the booth and do it. So I turn my mic on for the booth, and I go in there, and I put my headphones on, and I hit the button, and it says you have to allow microphone access. I hit the allow button, and then it's like, we can't access your microphone. Restart Chrome. So I restarted Chrome, and we can't access your microphone. Restart Chrome. So I'm like, fucking, I'm gonna try it in Firefox. So I tried it in Firefox, and I couldn't log in. So I finally went on like Microsoft Edge and logged in, and then it didn't at all ask me to actually speak anything. Like, I did like 5, 10, 20 more lessons.
Yeah.
And it's not asking me to speak. So I'm like, I'm in this fucking booth. It's warm in here. Like, I got my fan on, but it's warm in here. And I got the microphone on and everything. So, like, but this, it's not asking me to say anything. And then I come out here and I find out that the reason that I couldn't log into Firefox is it was giving me the login window on a different screen.
Oh.
So like the rightmost screen out here is mirrored in there. But it was popping up on the middle screen. So I came out here, I'm like, well, that explains that. And then I logged back in on Firefox. It still didn't ask me to speak anything. And I'm just sitting here like answering all the questions. And trying to get all my accents right when I'm typing up the answers, because they have the little, you can click that letters with the accents or whatever. And it gives you credit if you type it without the right accents, but it says, pay attention to the accents. But it's all been like, you drink milk and I eat bread, and, you're a woman, I'm a man, she's a boy, that kind of stuff. That's what it's been so far in the lessons I've done. But I'm just, I'm trying to kind of, have an idea when I get to, tough words in voiceovers to be able to kind of, understand how to say them.
Yeah.
Which, because that's a pain in the ass to have to stop and go and look shit up.
Yeah.
Which a lot of the times on cheap jobs I won't even do.
Really?
Yeah, like, shit, you're only paying me $5? I'm not fucking taking all this time to do that. ¿Dónde están las máscaras de lucha libre? Where are the lucha libre? My kid was over here. I was watching SmackDown. This is years ago. I'm watching SmackDown. And he was like in the like El Torito, Los Matadors era of WWE, where they had these, like, they were starting to get back to that cartoonish bullshit they did in the 80s and early 90s. And, so it's like 3MB and Hornswoggle against, like, Los Matadors and El Torito. So this little tiny guy in a bull costume with two Matadors who are a tag team together for some reason. Right? Because that's what I would expect, is the bull to be the tag team partner of the bullfighters.
Right.
And then, like, this tag team that's supposed to be a rock band, and then another little person, And she says, "Why aren't they wearing masks?" I said, "Because we're not in Mexico. Like in America, they don't traditionally wear the masks. Some people do, but for the most part, they don't." And I failed to see how, with everything going on right now, it might have actually been. No, there was a different. I think there was a different time period where there was a match where, this was a completely different thing. It was the Great Khali and Santino Marella, and the Great Khali is a great big Indian gentleman, and Santino Marella is a Italian stereotype played by a Canadian who has a finishing move called the Cobra, where he puts a cobra sock on his hand and hits you in the throat like this. And they were having this match, and the Great Khali starts playing a flute, and the Cobra turns on Santino because he's Indian. He's a snake charmer.
Right. Obviously.
But everything that's going on in this match, you got the little bull, and he's teamed up with the two Matadors and all this. Like, how is that your question about this? No, I'll catch like Triple Mania for AAA, but like that's pretty much the extent of the Mexican wrestling I check out. I'm pretty, like, I tried to get into like New Japan and stuff like that, and I couldn't really do it. And I think I don't like a lot of the guys that I know from New Japan, and now they're all in AEW, but I watch that every week, so and I still don't like a lot of those guys. I've been constantly saying on Twitter, you got the best tag team division, but the worst tag team champions with Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. But what are you going to do? Hopefully the FTR will take that from them soon. But that's besides the point. Anyway,
what was the point?
That my kid asked me where the wrestlers' masks were when there was,
right. There was a point.
A bull teamed up with two Matadors, and
Yes.
Why was the bull the tag team partner of the bullfighters? That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Not at all.
I'm probably going to lose sleep tonight.
You pull that up on the WWE network. You can see the bullfighters and the little bull.
Yeah.
We'll pull up the WLC match. It was El Matador versus Hornswoggle in a WLC match.
Oh.
Do you know what a TLC match is?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's that, except it's two little guys fighting.
Oh.
So they called it a WLC match. They even had like midget versions of all the commentators.
Really?
Yes. People think it was terrible. I loved it. I thought, of course, I love terrible shit in wrestling. So
Right.
David Arquette is world champion. Fuck yeah! Can't wait for his documentary to come out on Friday. David Arquette's got a wrestling documentary coming out on Friday of his time in WCW, and then now his time on the independents. Because after he did the WCW thing, which to his credit was not his idea, he didn't want to do it, and he donated all his money to Brian Pillman's family from his time wrestling in WCW. But he was like, if I'm gonna wrestle, I'm gonna do it right. And then went and worked on the independent scene for a little while, and then like nearly killed himself. So,
Wow.
but yeah, so that's he's got a documentary about all that coming out on Friday, I think.
Cool.
I love stupid shit in wrestling, like the Brock Lesnar Bill Goldberg match from WrestleMania 20 is like one of my favorite matches ever. The match itself is terrible. The crowd shits on both guys the whole time, and it's just like, I fucking love this. This is brilliant. This is great. Fuck both of these guys, and this crowd is letting them hear it. And then, like, Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan at SummerSlam, where Shawn Michaels is just bouncing around the ring like a fucking pinball because he didn't want to lose the match, but he had to. Whole backstage politics thing with Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels, but that's another story altogether. But that's, you want to see something hilarious and laugh your ass off. If you want to watch wrestling and not take it seriously, that's the fucking match to watch. But,
I'll tell you what. Squirrels and heat.
Yes, I know.
I'll tell you what.
What?
Jasmine wants to hear about the cats.
Okay, talk about the cats.
Well, talk with me.
Okay. What to talk about? How obnoxious Squirrel's been the last couple of days?
Like, it's such a double-edged sword because when they get in heat, they're affectionate, but they're like smothering. And it's Squirrel. Come on, baby.
She's not coming in. Oh, there she is.
Come on.
Come on. Come here. Come here. Okay.
Yeah.
She's not going to like if I pick her up. Come here.
She lets me pick her up when she's in heat.
She didn't like the chair. She heard the chair moving. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to let the cat in just for Jasmine.
Just for Jasmine. So it sucks because she wants to cuddle and like rub her junk on you.
Yeah.
And like especially like she's a bathroom cat. Squirrel is. She likes to drink water out of the faucet. She likes to like sit in the bathtub. She likes to sit on the toilet and watch you do whatever you're doing, She just likes to be a part of it. And it's worse now. Like, I had to physically remove her so that I could take a shower. Like, the water didn't really scare her. Like,
Squirrel, come here.
Squirrely girly.
Come on.
Squirrely girly. Aww.
The chair made a noise and she jumped. I'm trying. Anyway.
Look how much we love you, Jasmine.
Yeah, I'm trying. She doesn't ever come in here.
No. She's
unlike her
like,
mother.
afraid of it.
Yeah, her mother's just like, I'm coming in.
Yep, this is my room.
And Snowball's just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, oh my gosh. So Snowball has been coming in to say goodnight to me at like, I don't know, 3-ish in the morning. Right?
Yeah. Like I'll be getting ready for bed and I'll have to go out there either to fill your water glass or put dishes out there or something. I'll have some reason I need to go out to the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I go out there and then Snowball will just run right in when I open the door up.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, you can stay back here.
Sirens.
I thought it was a coyote for a second. Anyway, yeah. So, but he'll run right back, and I'm just like, all right, fine. You can sit back here while I'm brushing my teeth or whatever. I'm not opening the studio door for you. So I'm, I'll sit in there. I put on my, face moisturizer stuff, and then I go to brush my teeth, and Reese's chasing him out of the bedroom, and he's like trying to get away, but he's got nowhere to go. So I'm standing there with my toothbrush like half hanging out of my mouth, trying to let him out of the back here. Yeah,
He's a precious angel. I love Snowball.
he's a great cat. He comes in here, he chills.
You know what though? Lately, he's been doing this thing where he shits in the corner. You know what corner I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, he shits in that corner. And yeah,
he was auditioning to take your job. You know.
I saw that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find this here. Can't have been that long ago. There he is. All right, there it is. Okay. Yeah, Snowball's auditioning to take Karina's job.
And he looks so much better than I do in this chair. He's so beautiful.
Yeah, he was sitting in here with me listening to vinyl.
That's
That's what he does. He comes in here and I put on records and he just sits there and, occasionally he'll be like, dude, pet me.
I got to see Merlin and Killer because I went and stayed at my mom's house. That was really nice because I stayed there for 2 nights, and like Killer, she was my cat, she was my baby, and I had to leave her behind because she couldn't come live with 7 cats. Like she has to have other cats, but she needs to not have 7 cats.
Right.
She's got Merlin with her now. That seems to be plenty. He keeps her on her toes. Yeah. So I got to, like, it takes her like a half a day to warm up to me. Like, she gets mad, like, you left and didn't take me with you, and you left me with Merlin, and yeah. So, but she warmed up to me like right away, and she stayed warmed up to me the entire time I was there. It was so nice to see her.
Merlin got freaking huge.
Merlin is taller than Killer.
He was a kitten when I saw him in December, and then I went there for your birthday, and it's just like, that's Merlin?
He's not even a year old.
Yeah.
And he walks, he prowls, he moves his shoulders and his hips, like, prowling like a wild animal. He's too much. And like, he breaks all of his nice toys, like the ones like, excuse me, the feathers on a stick,
Right.
Yeah, like he really gets going and jumping, and like he it's funny because he's not graceful. Because he's like, he hasn't grown into himself yet.
Right.
So I don't know. Kitties.
Yeah, kitties.
Kitties.
This Friday night, you can stream the Yellow Sauce Ballad of Bob Paul 2020 album release show featuring Poison and Prose. Yeah. Moxie Cleveland Cabaret. Yeah. Exham Priory. Yeah. And Yellow Sauce. Yeah. I don't know why I'm bringing this up now. I still got 2 minutes. Actually, I got about a little less than a minute now. So anyway, but yeah, and I got to get a hold of Leland and tell him I'm actually going to go do that.
I think it's really important that you go.
Yeah, I think, can't hide in the house all the time. And
yeah.
Can't just send them every single bit of, narration I need to do. Some of it needs to be done on the fly, including the narration for the song Under the Sun, which is what we're going to play in just a few seconds here.
Are you making bookmarks for this show?
I kind of feel like I have to.
I would love to help you think of some.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I have to. I got to get on the Cricut machine anyway and do some stuff. So, there it is again. There it is again. Every single week. We know we didn't get copyright dinged last week, so.
Yep.
Hopefully. Anyway. But yeah, this is Yellow Sauce.
Happy Sauce Month, guys.
From the Ballad of Bob Paul. And this song is called Under the Sun.
Sandy, a deadly wander through the great deserts of the Earthland. Each hopeless step through the desert more painful than the last, as our dehydrated heroes march to their apparent demise. Miles from any life, water, or shelter, all hope seems lost for the sauce. But sometimes, the most important battles we face are also the most difficult. And never were things as difficult as they were under the sun.
Gods of rock will set us free to save the world from all this pain and misery. We'll drown myself in water and I'll freeze to death to feel the wind. I'm pretending it's all we'll write another song before we let it get under the skin. But you'll never hear it anyway.
And on that night, more than any other night, we were lost, we were hopeless, we were dehydrated. No sign of any buildings, trees, people. Never did the world seem so bleak and sad. Life as we know it could come to an abrupt and hideous end at any moment, and here we are, your only hope, about to be meat for a bunch of chinchillas or some shit. But then off in the distance, we saw this thing, this desert thing, a pointy thing. What are they called, Ryan? A tumbleweed? A what?
It's a fucking cactus.
Oh, that's right, a cactus.
God damn it. Fuck.
Cacti, truly a strange and curious cactus indeed. But cactuses contain water, and at this particular point in time, we were pretty fucking thirsty. So Ryan ripped a limb and sunk his teeth in, as did I, as did Bob. And we sat back, we looked at the stars, we counted the constellations, dropped the L's and carried the Y's, but you can't divide by zero, so we failed math class. We left the turtles on the ceiling and went back to sleep. And I know a lot more happened, but right from there, it's all just a haze.